So, you did all of that on your own? No one else in Acadia is involved?
What I've done goes against all of our ideals. I even hid it from myself. So, no, there can't be anyone else.
I'll keep your secret, Dima.
Thank you. Maybe the guilt will keep me focused.
It didn't seem to stop him before.
As horrifying as it might be to suggest, this memory you've recovered has given us a new option. If Far Harbor could be made more tranquil by our intervention, then perhaps the same trick will work twice on the children of Atom. We could replace High Confessor Tectus with someone willing to forgive Far Harbor and work towards reconciling.
All right. Tell me what your plan is.
This will be difficult for both of us, but I think it's our only option. I'll need you to leverage your access to the High Confessor and lure him to a secluded location. You should be able to find a spot in the Bay's old command center where you can deal with him discreetly and hide the remains. Once your work is done, return here and the replacement will move in and take command.
Do we have to kill the High Confessor?
It would be the most reliable way of dealing with him, but any method that removes Tectus from power indefinitely should work.
Are the children gonna stand down just because this replacement tells them to?
Dissent may arise, but the children have seen what happens to those who speak out. Our replacement will leverage that fear to serve the greater good.
You really think you can get together a convincing replacement?
Yes. Helping synths recover what they've lost means we've had to become familiar with memory wipes and facial reconstruction. And I knew Tectus very well when I was still living in the submarine base. I'll use that as the basis for our replacement's new memories. You simply need to deal with the real Confessor Tectus while I prepare a volunteer.
Okay, I'll do it. Any ideas on how I can get him alone?
Tectus lives in fear of being usurped by his predecessor Martin. Despite that, in all likelihood, Martin is dead. But if you somehow uncovered evidence of Martin's imminent return, I expect Tectus would be interested hearing all you know in private. All we have to do is manufacture Martin's uprising. To do so, I'll need raw material. Martin recorded many of our conversations. Those in the nucleus have certainly been destroyed, but I built a small refuge for Martin many years ago when he needed respite from the family. Go there and collect any tapes you can find. I'll begin work on our replacement. And here, I want you to have this as well, for what you've done for us.
You look like a counter doing cartwheels, too.
I heard about the execution. I can't believe they killed your missionary, Martin. I'm sorry.
Brother Andrews, a good soul. The fault is mine. If I'd realized things had become so tense in Far Harbor, I would have never let him leave. They blame us for the fog overrunning the town, Dima. And now, the children. It's Tectus. He won't listen. He wants to prepare for war.
Do you believe the others will follow him?
Time was. I would have laughed at such a notion, but now... Andrews was beloved by many. It's brought out the worst in them. Fury, hate. It was tolerable when it was just Tectus. Dima, something must be done.
Exile?
Exodus. I think it's time you and I convinced the citizens of Far Harbor to leave.
You can't be serious.
You know as well as I. They're not meant for this place. The fog grows thicker every year. How long before the condensers are finally overwhelmed? It's not banishment, Dima. It's mercy.
I'm sorry, Martin, but no. They have as much right to be here as you do.
Right. This place is trying to kill them. And now my people are at my throat because of the mess you created by allowing them to stay. And if you can't recognize that, then I suppose there's no reason for you to be here. I think you should go.
Martin, please. This can be solved in other ways.
Get out!
Very well. We'll talk again when you come to your senses. I have to say, I'm surprised. I had assumed you and your followers would be more adamantly hunting for the sub's launch key.
I hope we haven't disappointed you too greatly. I'd hate to anger our landlord.
I believe I'll survive. But am I mistaken? Does your god not require you die in a nuclear blast? Is that not why you've taken up in the nucleus?
It's not a transaction, Dima. Adam requires nothing of us. He has granted us a chance to become something greater. To divide our weak, mortal frames and bring life to millions of new worlds. We are simply accepting the opportunity his glow presents, whatever form it may take.
So if you found the launch key, you wouldn't use it?
That I don't know.
Are you afraid?
I'd be mad to say I wasn't, but we've made a home for ourselves here. Friends, a family.
A place you belong.
Exactly. The nucleus. It is a blessing of the truest order. It would be hard to leave such a gift, even if it is for another. But regardless, the key is lost. So, until Adam sees fit to return it, I dare say you're stuck with us.
I believe I'll survive.
So,
Dima, I recovered the tapes from Martin's hideout.
why do you
Excellent.
even call me Nick?
Yes, these look like they'll serve. Let me take a listen. Good to hear his voice again. Oh, some grim material to work with. There. No pleasure in twisting the words of an old friend. But I believe Martin would understand. This tape should be sufficient to pique the High Confessor's interest in joining you in the command center. But Tectus is nothing if not wary. Earning his trust before approaching should help guarantee this all plays out more smoothly. You'll then have to dispose of the remains. Old maintenance shaft walls were never terribly well maintained. They should be able to serve your needs. Once you're done, return here and we'll send the replacement on his way. Now, are you ready to begin?
How should I earn Tectus's trust?
Prove your dedication to the family. Help when they ask. Show that the children and Tectus can rely on you. He'll be less likely to suspect one of his favorites. Now, are you ready to set this plan in motion?
How are the preparations coming along with the replacement?
The initial stages have gone well, though the reduced time frame raises some concerns, but he should be ready by the time the deed is done.
I'm ready.
Then I won't keep you any longer. Here, the tape. The fate of this island rests in our works.
Adam keep you.
Awful lot of rats around. Should get out of here.
Another child, dead at the hands of Farhar.
Excuse me, High Confessor.
Greetings, my child. You know you've set quite the example here. True devotion to faith and family. Now, how may I serve?
I recovered a holotape. Confessor Martin is planning to come back and take over. We should come up with a plan, but not here. The command center tunnels should be far enough away from the rest of the children.
Martin, it can't. Play it. I want to hear that coward's voice.
Listen, children. Tectus' time is over. The nucleus must prepare for a new order. Mine.
High Confessor.
I can't believe it. He's alive. I will send word we're not to be bothered. The coast will be clear.
The vessel is breathtaking, is it not? A machine dedicated to...
Yes, I was right to wait. I was. It was a moment for glory. Yeah.
Child, show yourself. Ah, there you are. Now, Martin, tell me what you found.
Why are you so afraid of Martin?
Afraid? It is not fear, child. Martin, he was the fearful one, unwilling to stand up to Far Harbor, to fight for this land. I am the only one willing to do what is necessary to keep this family safe, and I will not allow him to put this place in jeopardy again. Now, your tape. Did Martin give it to you, or did you find it elsewhere? Please, I must know.
And you're sure you weren't followed?
You needn't worry. Martin has no ears down here. Now, what can you tell me?
It's over, Tectus. Dima sent me to kill you, and I will if I have to. But if you agree to leave for good, I'll let you live.
You're working for... You're not bluffing, are you? There is no place beyond his reach on this island, is there? Fine. The damned machine will have what it wishes.
What's this? Just a bunch of junk in here.
Far Harbor will know Adam's wrath. Hear that? I guess it was nothing.
It sounds like quite the experience, but I'm glad to know there will be peace on the island again.
Atom's vision was clear on the matter. I must thank you again for sheltering me while under its sway.
Think nothing of it. You're welcome to stay as long as you like.
You are too kind, Dima. I should only need just a little more fresh air.
What do you think of Acadia, Nick?
Well, living in a scientific observatory wouldn't exactly be high on my list of comfortable spots. Just that fog is far enough below.
I was talking more about our ideals. Synths as their own way of life. Not hiding from what they are.
Kind of easy for you to say that, though, isn't it? You and I, we can't pretend to be anything else.
That just means we're in the perfect position to help our kind. We can be the example in the face of adversity.
I'm not looking to be anyone's example. You help needs help. It doesn't have to be more than that.
Dima.
I suppose you've heard the news? The High Confessor's had a vision. Adam demands peace. Can I assume you're here to tell me your task is done?
Our mutual friend has taken hide-and-seek to a whole new level.
Good news indeed.
I'm starting to envy Dima. This whole situation makes me wish I could erase my memories too.
Peace can finally come to the island. It's a heavy burden what we've done. But now the nucleus, Far Harbor, and Acadia will all flourish together.
Okay. Now, let's talk about my reward.
You've certainly earned one, so don't worry. I'll handle things from here. I'll arrange talks between the children of Adam and Far Harbor. They will learn to prosper together, under our guidance. The children will revel in their irradiated bastion. The harbormen will continue to survive and reclaim what the fog has taken from them. And my people will remain safe. Here, for all you've done. You should also pay a visit to the nucleus. I believe the High Confessor will want a word with you. And of course, you are welcome in Acadia whenever you like. After all, where would we be without you?
So, it sounds like there's going to be peace on the island. It was you, wasn't it? You found a way to fix things.
You been alright while I've been gone?
Yeah, I have. I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted from my head. Hey, listen. So, when you first showed up, you came to get me, to bring me home. I've been thinking a lot about that. I hurt Kenji and Ray by leaving, didn't I? I could have just stayed home, pretended everything was alright, but I left them. Should I go back? They obviously still care about me. Or who they think I am. They need a daughter. They deserve to have one. Everything in Acadia has been settled. I found my answers. Maybe it's time I did something for someone else.
What are you talking about?
I know the real Kasumi is dead. She was replaced with me, but do Kenji and Ray really need to know that? What if we could be a family again? All I have to do is go home. Give them the daughter they thought they lost. Don't I owe them that?
Kasumi, please, listen to me. You're not a synth. You're the real Kasumi. You're their daughter.
That's the thing, isn't it? Now I'll never really know. That idea is always going to be there, somewhere in the back of my mind. But you're right. I'm real enough, aren't I? Maybe that's all anyone can be sure of. I need to start packing, and I should start saying goodbye to everyone. Thank you for everything. Maybe I'll see you back in the Commonwealth?
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore, but they sure bring in the business.
Far Harbor.
Gather, brothers and sisters. Gather to hear his word. Peace. In the throes of a brilliant vision, he spoke, and now I obey. Atom demands peace. With Far Harbor, with Acadia, within our family. And any found disobeying Atom's word will answer for their crimes. Let none stand in the way of his radiant will. Glory to Atom! Glory to Atom!
High Confessor.
You. I knew it. I knew it was you. In my vision. There, beside our brilliant master. Here, you must have this. It only seems right it's worn by his favored child.
What does Adam need with one little dock anyway? Let Far Harbor have it.
I'm home.
Kasumi? Oh my god, my baby is okay.
Welcome back home, Kasumi.
It's good to be home.
You saved my daughter. Thank you.
Happy to do it, Kenji.
You don't often see kindness in the Commonwealth. I'll never forget this.
If any of you ever need help again, you know where to find us.
Kasumi, does this mean you know we're your parents, right? You're not a synth.
I know, Mom. I'm sorry. I was just so confused. I wanted to go somewhere. Anywhere.
It's okay, Kasumi. You're home now.
Do you folks need a minute?
No. We'll have plenty of time to talk now. We shouldn't keep you.
Hold on to her, Kenji. You never know when your family is going to be taken from you.
I'm glad you understand. It's a terrible world out there. We only have each other. There's one last thing you and I need to discuss. Your reward for bringing my daughter home safely. We don't have much to offer, but my father traveled the Commonwealth. He had quite a collection before he died. I buried it all near the house. I'm not the explorer he was. I don't need them. I think they would be better with you.
You don't need to do that. You keep your father's collection. For your family.
Thank you. Perhaps we'll need it someday. God knows plenty has happened to us already. Thank you again. You saved my family. We won't forget that.
See you around, Kenji.
Goodbye, Nick. Best of luck to you and your partner in the future.
Thank you for everything. We're a family again. This is how it should be.
Thank you
Anything
so
I can
much.
lug for you?
Kasumi is home, and I'll make sure Kenji gives her some space to breathe.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Nick.
In this line of work, you have to expect the unexpected. Still, I've got to admit, I've never had a case quite like Kasumi's.
Really? Never?
Well, there was that time I got hired by someone who'd been frozen in a vault for 200 years. That one's been a doozy so far. I'm glad things ended as well as they have. The Nakanos are a happy family again. As much as anyone around here can be.
Word of advice? Never call your mother a synth unless she really is one. Yikes. Sorry.
You're back. How did everything go with the Nakano case?
I tracked Kenji's daughter to a synth refuge up north near Far Harbor. She's back home, safe and sound.
That's great. We don't often get to bring people good news. It's a nice change of pace. Thanks for coming in for this one. I knew something good was happening when you and Nick started working together. Don't be a stranger, Gumshoe.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you're giving our friend here all the credit.
Just keeping you on your toes, Nick.